This New York Giants betting preview edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Circus Sports. Circus Sports is giving away $14 million this NFL season. Sign up in Vegas and play from anywhere. Get all the info over at circusports.com. We're also brought to you by our Patreon. Score exclusive perks, content, and contests, including the Patreon-only NFL wins total contest with a $1,000 prize. Join today over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon.
What's up, everybody? You're watching SGPN. Fuck the Cowboys. Let's go, baby.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, real money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Oh, hello, Sean. Happy football season.
Already firing the lasers. Lock it up. It's gonna be an under. The Giants suck. Let's go. Go Birds. I'm Jack Ryan. Football is here. 32 NFL team previews. Of course, we are doing one for the New York Football Giants, the Titans, Patriots, Raiders, Colts, Rams, Commanders, Texans, Bucks, Cardinals, all in the tank already. Just sitting there waiting for you to smash that subscribe button, download, get involved. I mean, August is almost here. We have the Hall of Fame game later on this week, Ryan. The football juices are flowing.
Well, I just think, Sean, in a couple of months, this will be a game will have just happened. We'll be tired from a full day of gambling. And then we'll have to be thinking about Monday and the whole next week. And it's just all
the rat race begins.
It's a good rat race.
Oh, it's the best rat race known to man. Speaking of the NFL, big announcement. Got a big announcement over on our Patreon, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. If you haven't signed up already, perfect time to sign up, because between now and the start of the NFL season, we are doing a NFL win totals contest. $1,000 up for grabs exclusively for the Patreons. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. And it's a fun little
bonus.
It's a fun little format.
I didn't approve this.
Sorry, Ryan. We just give away too much goddamn shit on this show.
Yeah,
but
I like being the heel to the Patreon. That's fun.
So, like, let's say the Cardinals win total is 4.5. You take the over. For every win they get on the over, you get extra points. So it's a little bit of if you remember back in the day, fire bets on totals, which if you're a real DGen, they used to offer, and maybe they do in some markets. It was usually like a market offered by a guy, like a local, because basically what the fire bets are. Or hey, let's say you got Jazz Bulls game and you take the under. For every point under the under, let's say you say $1,000 multiplier. For every point under it goes, 12,000, 15,000, whatever. So if the game really gets out of hand the other way, you obviously owe that.
It was the ladder before the ladder.
Yeah. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. Get involved over there. Tons of great stuff. And we already had our first weekly contest, $50 up for grabs and a sweet SGP mini helmet. Kramer, we got a guest waiting in the wings. We got the Giants to get to.
We do.
We will be doing a musical review.
Oh wow.
Which you don't see a lot on our show.
Interesting. We didn't no production value added to the Titans with some rap song. Why are you bringing all this heat to the Giants?
Ryan, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it that it's a rap song.
It's a football team, Sean. It's not gonna be a folk song. We're not gonna hear
some country guys, and this artist does have some. I was looking as like what would be the most fun song to pull. He does have some like emotional, sweet stuff.
No, we are not about to talk about Greg Olson and his days at Miami when he's in the 9th floor gang or whatever.
Chad is lit.
Real quick, because you mentioned country music.
Okay.
There is a guy on the Giants who I plan on doing a little bit more investigation into. Corey Cunningham every one of those silly social videos they do, or like who would have the like blah blah blah, who's the guy who could fix a tire, Corey Cunningham is coming out redneck hard. Everyone is responding as he's the resident redneck. So I'll be not going to be my MLD. I'm not going to tease who it is, but I will say it's not Corey Cunningham, but I do think he's probably into country music.
Okay, MLD of course is the most likely DGen. I'm kicking around a couple in my mind. Chat is completely lit. D Bettis, of course, saying Eagles repeat this year. Serial pointing out that would be the first time in 20 years.
Josh, can we ban D Bettis from this episode, please?
Oh, OG man saying Sean and Kramer are bigger babies than Jonathan Taylor when it comes to Cowboys takes.
What do you mean?
I'm not a baby. I just think the Cowboys suck.
So what are you, Jim Irsay in this analogy, sir?
You pro Jim Irsay, as Colby would call him. Colby needs to know how to pronounce Jim Irsay.
Yeah, we need we need the Scarface scene where he walks in and just put his face, just the face down in the Coke, but have it be Jim Irsay dealing with this Jonathan Taylor problem. I'm sorry you're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah,
I'm sorry you know what? Shout out to former Eagle Shady McCoy. I was listening to his interview on Pardon My Take. And he's like, look, I'm honest. And when I talk to these Cowboys fans face to face, and I say, what's preventing you guys from winning man to man? They all say Dak. So I'm right. So yeah, I mean, sorry, Cowboys fans.
Sorry, Cowboys fans. I'm sure we'll be very generous with your team preview. Looking back on the 2022 New York Giants, Ryan, breakout season for your Giants. 10-8-1 straight up. That includes a win and a demolishing in the playoffs, courtesy of the Philadelphia Eagles. One of the best teams, if not the best, against the spread. 14-5. Win total was set at 7 last year. You cashed your first over on the Giants. Been a while.
Thank you.
Been a while. You had them 10-7. I had 6-11.
Kaching.
DVOA rank 21. Offensive DVOA 10th. Defensive DVOA 29. Estimated Pythag wins 7.2 estimated wins. Pythag wins 8.3. AKA regression is coming.
People talk about this team like they're like 3.5 games of regression coming. Relax.
8-4 in 1-score games.
Yeah, they up
dead last in first quarter scoring.
You want to have a regression conversation? Regression is all about regressing over a larger sample size.
Okay.
It's not necessarily a pendulum swinging year to year. So when we zoom out and we look at the context of the 2022 season in the form of regression from the 2020 and 2021 season, when Jason Garrett and Joe Judge were slogging through the mud, throwing on the hose to recover fumbles.
Yeah, you love that clip.
Well, I mean, obviously, I was jumping on board. It's a new day, and it's a different time.
Funniest.
That was
look at this, Sean. They're they're diving around in mud, trying to get the football.
You want to bring up the pat? Listen. So that being said,
I thought Chip was all right. Chip Kelly.
That being said, I think there is a little bit of the regression conversation, much like we spoke about with a couple teams earlier this offseason, where they were regressing from previous seasons. So there's a little bit of that blended in. Of course, they were lucky, but also I say they were 14-5 ATS. And so at what point is overperforming the market?
So you're predicting a massive market correction for this Giants this year?
No, but I would say that getting lucky is one thing.
5 of their 10 wins came when they were outgained on yards per play. I don't think that is sustainable. I also don't think, this year going 2-7 against teams with a winning record, worst record of any playoff team. I don't think that's
they played the teams in front of them. They played the teams in front of them,
and they were 2-7 against those teams.
But
1-5-1. I think
they didn't do anything this offseason that's sustainable. They objectively improved, and they still have that coach that led to a much better decision making process. They still have that offensive coordinator that led to a much better offensive approach, and they still have that defensive coordinator that, while his overall numbers weren't that good, and Sean, you've rooted for teams that have had defenses like this before. They bend but didn't always break. They forced opportunistic turnovers, and they were better on 3rd and 4th down than they were on 1st and 2nd. And I understand what the data suggests about that, but I also know what the data says about Wink Martindale defenses. His defenses are generally like this. So I think you have a bunch of TMZ fucking nerds coming into the arena with men and wanting to talk about a football team that the DNA has completely changed on. Winning is in the building. That whatever you want to say about the team last year, the biggest thing they grabbed out of that, other than that sweet ass road trip to London where they built all that culture and a new favorite team dad and Frank Bellinger always pulling for his kid Daniel. They have a situation where they felt winning. They understand what it is, and a lot of these dudes, they played on some shit teams.
Yeah,
and
like the
so culture is strong.
2021 Giants,
culture is strong,
Giants.
and the reason for the positive regression is explainable. So, last year was fun. I
think the biggest issue with this team is, well, I would say Daniel Jones, biggest issue, and I don't see it. 30th yards per attempt, 6.8. That's a real
fair.
Stat, Ryan.
That's fair.
Davis Mills, Russell Wilson, Jimmy G, who didn't even play a complete season, had more passing touchdowns than Daniel Jones.
Within that offense, within that piss poor passing offense as you're trying to highlight,
yes,
they still made the playoffs and won a playoff game
right.
in a year they weren't supposed to compete because of the dead cap space. And again, explainable. Jason Garrett, Joe Judge, 31st and 32nd in red zone touchdown percentage.
Yeah.
Brian Daboll on this team last year, 5th. Do you know how many quarterbacks scored more red zone touchdowns last year than Daniel Jones with his legs? Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts.
Dog.
That's not a bad list to be on. Ahead of Justin Fields, I might add. So that was last year, and we're moving forward. We made a lot of money with the Giants. Those of us who bet on them week to week, 14-5 ATS, like Sean mentioned.
Brian Daboll 1-5-1 in the division.
That's great. I love that.
That's
throw
great.
throw that chip on the shoulder.
Okay.
Do better in the division.
Yeah, I mean the defense has a ton of holes. 28th EPA per play last year. Just to your point, they didn't break. So congratulations.
Again, you yourself have rooted for defenses like this.
Yes.
That prioritize big impactful plays over consistent success.
Yeah. And that's tough to maintain from season to season.
And Wink Martindale's had a pretty decent career of doing that. Which, by the way, do you know the Wink Martindale story in terms of how he got to the Ravens? He coached under Jack Harbaugh at Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers. Colby will be proud of that nugget.
Kramer, let's talk additions, losses. Let's take a look at the roster here.
All right. And then we got to get Terrell on because I feel like I'm already dropped so many fiery nuggets, and I know he's going to come in off the ropes hot.
Losing Richie James, Kenny Galladay, big part of the offense there. But you bring in Paris Campbell, Cole Beasley, Jamison Crowder, aka the Ferraris. John Michael Schmitz, I think, was a good pickup for the draft. I'll give you that. Deonte Banks, cornerback, receiver Jalen Hyatt, who you said you don't expect to have a huge impact this season. What's the biggest?
Whoa. Some things that might have happened recently.
Like you saw?
No. We're gonna wait.
Make a couple plays.
No. We're gonna. All right. We need to bring Terrell on now.
Okay.
Josh can take. You want to do a read? Yeah. Let's do that.
I get to do a read, Ryan.
Yeah. Sorry.
I get to.
The privilege.
I get
Hand
the
up.
privilege of
My
talking about Circus Sports. Oh, love Circus Sports. I've hung out with at Circus Sports with the guest who's about to join us. We've gone on blackjack runs while watching their massive sportsbook screens. It really is. If you're listening to the show, there's 100% guarantee you will like Circus Sports, you will like Stadium Swim, and you will enjoy signing up for the Circa Millions and Circa Survivor. $14 million in prizes up for grabs. We were talking about the Sports Gambling Hall of Fame, who should be in there. Someone responded to the tweet saying, I should be in there. I was the 4th quarter winner of the Circa Millions contest. Man, that could be you. That could be you winning those quarterly prizes. Or you have the most horrific gambling season of all time. You win the booby prize. There's just so many ways to win. Millions and millions of dollars up for grabs. Sign up at Circuit Sports. Play from anywhere. And again, we'll be out there August 24th to the 26th for the ultimate sign-up weekend. Stay circuitsports.com for all the details. Circuitsports.com for all the information. Joining us on the line, you know him from the NBA Gambling Podcast and the NFL Gambling Podcast, the villain himself, Mr. Terrell Furman. What's happening, Terrell?
Yes, sir. We are here.
He's got his Giants chain on. What's happening,
Did
man?
y'all talk about how bad Sean was last year during this preview? Or do I need to bring it up?
Oh.
Can I bring it up?
You bring it up.
I'll bring it up.
6-11.
No, because I just needed to make sure everybody knew how this worked last year. So last year we had this same preview with these same three gentlemen. Two did really, really good. One was absolutely terrible. So last year, Sean had us at 6. Our win total was 7. Sean had us at 6-11, so he lost. He lost on the over. I had us at 9-8. Ryan had us at 10-7. We met in the middle at 9-7-1. Congratulations to the two of us for cashing over our win total. Because not only did we cash over 7 at plus 105, but we also cashed over 8 at plus 225. But Sean has somehow decided that in 365 days, he's going to continue to do the same thing. And it just makes me think about, the definition of insanity and how, you do the same thing and you expect the same results. Sean is doing the same thing as he did last year and being very impartial, because we were very partial when we gave our debrief, but Sean is very biased in his debrief. So that's why he lost and we won, because we were impartial and Sean was biased.
Terrell, you missed the icing on the cake.
Oh, Daboll Coach of the Year? Is that it? I mean, was that we got that too? So I mean,
for listening to Terrell and his confidence, you would be surprised to learn we beat your ass 3 times, twice in the regular season,
and yet
once
we
in the
still
playoffs.
Somehow cash over the win total and over the
that
8.
is impressive.
Like
that
somehow,
is impressive.
Wow. And so you would
have no idea.
You continue to do the same
tone.
things. You continue to do the same things, and it's perfectly fine, because the
38-7 playoffs. Yeah, I hope to see you guys in the playoffs again. That was a fun game.
Yes,
it was.
I hope you bet more on that playoff game than you did the Giants win total. I definitely hope that.
Of course I did. Of course I did. And let's be honest, the Giants win total under has been a great investment opportunity. We had a down year last year, but me and my clients are ready to buy. We're buying the dip on this Giants team.
All right.
Let's talk roster, because I know every Giants fan is saying Darren Waller's here. Our problems are gone. Even though Darren Waller's, he's missed 14 games, 40th in Yak last year.
Go ahead. Get your whole point out, because
14 games.
Sean loves living in the rear. Hey, just go back and listen to the preview last year. Sean was in the rear view last year, and that's what happened, and that's why he was the only one that didn't win when we was talking about the Giants. So
he was nervous when he saw Daboll show up.
About how Darren Waller has missed games. Yes. What else has Darren Waller done in the past that he's missed and been bad?
What else? He just hasn't been that great in a decent chunk of time.
Josh McDaniels there is a situation there. We know this now. He got out of the bad situation into a very good situation. He said a lot of promising things about his role in the offense. He said a lot. He said a lot of positive things about the culture in New York. Found it very interesting that they were interested in his take on the offense and things that he likes to do. And Sean, of course, you know this. Wearing number 12,
horrible tight end number,
standing with all those who are sober.
Oh,
so how dare you, Sean? And he's gonna look. He looks very fast wearing 12. Might I add you in? Listen, everyone's just commenting on how he just looks like an athlete. So your hate is fine. You can say, I think he's going to get hurt. And just like all the other nerds who are taking unders on Darren Waller, that's the only way you can project.
He's been in the league 7 years. He's had 2 leagues.
Y'all know the taxi driver from the movie that had to drive backwards because he didn't know how to drive forwards. That's Sean when he's talking about the Giants. This will be.
I like the live performance.
He's had 2 years where he's above average.
Fair.
I'm
in
just
a Josh
skeptical.
McDaniels offense. Don't care.
No.
So do you know
2020 was John Gruden?
Don't care.
Because Sean, you don't be tapped into the Giants like me and Ryan. So we had to
Yes.
give you information so you can make the proper bets. So they actually had to take Darren Waller out of practice this week.
And he was too locked in. There were too many completions.
They thought that it was an injury, but it wasn't an injury. It was the fact that he kept getting open. So you had to throw the ball to him. He was so good.
The Giants
they had to
can't
take him
guard
out of
Darren
practice. He had to take him out of practice. Darren Waller, anytime touchdown week 1. Just go ahead and call it right now.
Sean, I will say though, like
Darren Waller will be in the week 1 anytime touchdown parlay. Just to let you know.
Serious note, you are gonna like Daniel Bellinger as a first touchdown option this year. He's gonna be on the field a lot. They are gonna run a lot of 2 tight end stuff, quote unquote. Darren Waller's gonna be lined up out wide.
Sean's not gonna like it because Sean is unable to maintain his bias. He's unable to do it.
He likes a first touchdown, and they do play the Cowboys week 1 in prime time, so he'll be in the situation.
Sean, who you picking, us or the Cowboys?
Oh, you guys! No, it's always anti-Cowboys. So I will be. I've won money on the Giants. I feel like I pick them every year. Week 1. In fact, the last game before I won $200,000 was sweating out a Giants Cowboys Sunday night game to start the 2017 season, where there were I don't think there was an offensive touchdown scored, thank God. So
what a sweat. Different time when you tell that story and people are like, well, you had what?
He's never mentioned this part of the story before, just so y'all know. Never mentioned this part. He only talks about Tariq Cohen. Man, shout out to Tariq Cohen, North Carolina A&T. Shout out to my classmate Tariq Cohen, North Carolina A&T. We both came up to the school together, but he's never talked good about the Giants. Never. He has a bias, and it's fine because we're impartial.
Game, right? Odell missed the game.
That's why so again, Giants injuries have been a great fortune.
We have a new turf. Does that not mean anything?
Really?
Oh, you didn't say that part. You didn't say that part. You ain't talking about the new turf.
Well, it's on my list of things to highlight about why.
Was it listed in the key additions? What other?
No,
what are we missing roster wise that we didn't hit on that Giants detractors might
First of all, no. Who made this? Who made this graphic? Take Kenny Golladay off of key departures. That should not say key departures. Put a line through that right now and say just departures. Kenny Golladay is not a key departure at all.
He had a touchdown last year.
Who said that was a key departure?
The only guy that's a key loss there is probably Julian Love, maybe Nick Gates.
Feliciano, maybe. But
we'll see.
Honestly, I'm good without any of them. I don't need Julian Love, maybe, but everybody else.
Richie James, you guys aren't worried about Richie James. He led your team.
They replaced him with all-star Isaiah Hodgins. We don't need him.
The slot is going to be manned by Cole Beasley.
That was a slot.
And or Jamison Crowder and or Wendell Robinson. I do think there's just watching Cole Beasley in camp. He's looking pretty fire. And I have a feeling he's going to make the team. Daboll obviously trusts him. He performed very well in Daboll's offense with Josh Allen, a inferior quarterback, slightly.
Brian, speaking of fire, we have to indulge ourselves in some Cole Beasley music.
Let's bring this up.
They had to replace his bars. They lost Young Joka, aka Kadarius Toney, and they brought in Kadarius Toney. Or sorry, they brought in Cole Beasley. Here's Cole Beasley freestyling, although he's clearly reading the lyrics from his phone.
Drake did that too on the Tim Whistle freestyle.
YouTube.com/sports gambling podcast. You got to watch the video is pretty enjoyable as well as the audio.
All right, here we go.
Hey, so this is how we gonna do it. Yeah. 2018. Autobiography.
He's still got a Texas shirt on. Why is this guy on the Giants? Like,
never leaving. I'm forever eating. Every season is heavy thieving, stealing everything that I can.
You sound like Eminem's brother Skittles.
What you can see stalking would turn you to meet at the.
Are we gonna get a copyright here?
Oh, it's a well-earned copyright violation. If Cop and Cole Beasley Beasley rhymes is wrong. I don't want to be right.
Oh, shout out
Why are
to,
they faking like he's going crazy right now? He's just rapping
DJ's
fast. Like he's literally just rapping fast.
Trying to grab the years, but it appears ball and rapping came mixed like engineers. New York beats. Southern, what's the difference?
There's always one guy who does that.
Why
on
do
the
you say
freestyle.
New York Beasley? You got a Texas shirt on.
Hold on, I'm sorry. He can't rap like engineers. What's that?
That doesn't even make sense.
We can't do any more of this. All right.
R.I.P. Young Joker's replacement, Cole Beasley.
However, all that I need Cole Beasley to do is just show Isaiah Hodgins a couple of routes. That's it. Just a couple of routes at the end zone. Isaiah Hodgins, another person you should watch out for first touchdown this season. But a couple of routes by the end zone, and he's gonna be all right. But Cole Beasley, never step on the field in Giants jersey. I'm pretty fine with that.
You don't want it. So wait, but Ryan seems like Ryan. Were you joking when you said you think Cole Beasley is going to make the team and have an impact on the roster?
All right, look, here's the list. We might as well talk about it.
Yeah, let's break down the Ferraris.
We should talk about the Ferrari. This was an offense that literally David Sills was playing last year. Kenny Galladay is horrible. So some of the upgrades are even hidden in plain sight because they were just so bad at the start last year. I mean, again, Richie James, very replacement level. So even, now he's off to the Chiefs to help Patrick Mahomes win a championship, just like Kadarius Toney. But listen to this list. So Darren Waller, obviously true alpha, but then after that you have, for the outside guys, you probably have Isaiah Hodgins, Darius Slayton, and don't forget about Sterling Shepard, who, by the way, got activated. He's healthy. He plays on the outside. So I think all those guys, I don't know how Shepard doesn't make the team. He's a coach on the sideline. Boom. So that's three guys right there. Jalen Hyatt, they drafted. Let's just talk about it. Let's get it out there. He was clocked on the GPS, allegedly going 24 miles an hour. fastest speed that Mr. Tyreek Hill was clocked at last year was 23.6. So we could be talking about some real heat there, although I still don't think he's going to be used a ton early. And then you have the slot guys, which is basically Paris Campbell, who they paid some money to, Jamison Crowder and Cole Beasley. So I think they can keep 7 guys, but I think those are probably the 7. But Darren Waller is going to be the main receiver, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, talk about upgrades. You have a healthy Daniel Bellinger with massive arms, who, by the way,
you missed the next receiver as well. Saquon Barkley. Like you guys are so focused on wide receiver. We are so good. We don't have to be like these other teams out here that need premium wide receivers. Like we have Darren Waller and Saquon Barkley. We can deal with some very solid wide receivers and elevate their level of play, because guess what? We can spread the ball to everybody on the field. I'm sorry that you got to pigeonhole a couple of people on your offense, but we can spread the ball to everybody and be good.
So, Sean, you obviously saw the picture of Daniel Bellinger at Tight End University with his giant guns. A lot of positive comments from Travis Kelce, from George Kittle, from some of the greats of the game. And this is the number 2 on the Giants.
Well, are we worried there's going to be issues in the tight end room? Because I do think Daniel Bellinger
culture is so fucking strong. Okay. So fucking strong.
We have a great
The culture is strong. What I'm worried about strength wise is Evan Neal as your right tackle.
This is
Terrell.
Here's
how does Evan Neal do?
No, you're about to get in the rear view. I know you're about to get in the rear view. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm saying he had a rocky rookie year. Obviously he could make. Yeah, obviously he could make a jump. Tell us what Evan Neal's windshield looks like this year.
So Evan Neal has actually taken on everything of that rookie year, because you have to remember there is so few rookie tackles that are very good their rookie year. Like when you really, really think about it, there are so few that are really, really good their rookie year. Everybody takes Andrew Thomas. You were talking about literally this same preview last year. You said Andrew Thomas wasn't that good and that he still had things to work on. And now he comes back as one of the highest prorated tackles on PFF. So now, same thing for Evan Neal. Got the reps that he needed in that first season. The second season, this is where you start to figure out, hey, is this a for real tight end tackle? Or is this somebody that's going to be like an Air Flowers and fall off to the rear view? I think Evan
sucks.
Neal coming from Alabama, he's going to be more of that top end tackle with the coaching that is also on this team now. So I'm not worried about Evan Neal at all. He had a rookie year. He made rookie mistakes. Now he's got another year in the system. He's going to be a lot better, and this team's going to be a lot better for it, especially having those 2 tackle positions solidified.
Like, jokes aside, that's the key to the offense. He did train with Willie Anderson this offseason. Giants Twitter very excited about that.
Who was I almost confused him with Mekhi Becton. Wasn't that Mekhi Becton who was training with Arnold Schwarzenegger? And someone thought who was hanging out. We knew someone at Gold's Gym who was like, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger and his security, and it was actually Mekhi Becton.
That's pretty funny.
That's a pretty great.
So I would say, like,
I mean, not that I would recognize Mekhi Becton, but it's still funny to mistake that.
By all accounts, early in training camp, so you can't really tell. But
no pads are on.
Yeah, so I mean, if he doesn't take a step forward, I would say the offense will be limited, and they won't be able to use the Ferraris.
Yeah, I agree, and I agree.
Can't get the Ferraris out of the garage.
A lot on his plate, but I do think that having again number 2 tight end Daniel Bellinger with those big arms. Willing and wanting blocker, our gal from San Diego State. You know they love running the ball, so he was doing. He
only stopped liking Daniel Bellinger when he became a Giant. He loved him before he was a Giant.
God, look at these things.
Look at those guns. Look at the gun show.
Suns out, guns
Daniel
out. Bellinger.
Piss in a cup, please. Just get
honestly,
it out of the way.
That is not.
I feel
natural.
bad for anybody that lines up on the other side of him because it's probably going to be a mismatch and he's probably going to embarrass you.
So now getting off the offense, because obviously the offense improved and they were able to keep Mike Kafka another year. That's huge. But on the defensive side, I think the way that if you again plan, right, the plan on offense was get faster and fix the interior offensive line. Plan on defense was also get faster, but it was we got to stop the run. We got to stop the run. We discussed Ashawn Robinson on the Rams episode as a key departure, not next to Aaron Donald anymore. He will be helping reinforce the Giants defensive line, which frankly, when Big Cat and Sexy Dexy were off the field, they couldn't stop anyone. And then they also brought in Raheem Nunez-Roches from Tampa Bay. So they went out and brought 2 paid money for 2 defensive linemen who are basically run stoppers. They also went out and got Bobby Okereke from the Colts, who they haven't really had a great linebacker since maybe a year of Blake Martinez and then Antonio Pierce. So maybe this guy can give them a little bit in the linebacking area again, fixing they were playing they were playing horrible linebackers last year. So again, just having guys that are NFL talent, drastic upgrade for Wink Martindale. Went out and drafted his guy, Deonte Banks. We all saw the sweet ass hug that Wink gave Joe Shane after drafting Deonte Banks, who by the way, top RAS score out of the over 2,000 cornerbacks drafted since 1987. Number 1 out of over 2,000. That's completely useless yet fun to say on a preview episode. And I'm going to make a bold prediction. Their leader, defensive leader and captain Xavier McKinney will not fall off an ATV, derailing the growth of the defense this year.
I still don't think he fell off an
regression.
ATV. I think he got into a fight. And he broke his hand in a fight. I mean, come on. You can tell people you fell off an ATV. I think he got to a fight and broke his hand in a fight.
He did tell people he fell off an ATV. I believe him.
I've been there. I've gotten to a fight and broken my hand in a fight as well. And it's been a very hard conversation to have with people that were in charge of me. I'm not telling my boss that I told my boss that I broke it in a basketball game.
Wait, hold on. But like, be honest, Terrell, were you victorious?
Oh, very much so.
Okay.
Now I will be truly honest. Numbers were on my side. I'm not gonna lie. Numbers were on my side, but still, I got my licks in.
Yeah, usually if you punch someone hard enough to break your own hand, at least get a decent punch off.
Yeah.
Also, not super hard to break your hand when
it might not have been a broken hand. It might have been a sprained middle finger, but same thing.
Yeah, the fun fact, they literally, if you break a metacarpal or the other side of your knuckle, they literally call it a boxer's break because people break it by punching people in the head. No, I'm just teaching people stuff.
So. No.
Right, any other negative?
It's a learning show. It's an education show.
I'm just completely broken off the rearview mirror. I'm trying to for your safety.
Daniel Jones led the league in throwing short of the sticks. Also, first down passing.
Going back to Daniel Jones.
Negative .06 EPA, 38 for 47 QBs, 38th out of 47 quarterbacks. His 45% success rate, career low. I just think, again, kudos to Daboll. Chicken salad. I just don't think you can make it. I don't think you can make it chicken salad 2 years in a row. I don't think I've seen enough out of this roster.
What's crazy, and I'm very curious because I wasn't team SGP at this time, but I'm very curious what you said about Josh Allen back when Josh Allen made chicken salad one time and then continued to make,
I was the guy.
I also don't like chicken salad, so that was a very terrible reference for me. I would have said something else, like, I don't know.
I was on the Josh Allen breakout season.
It's true.
And
I'm surprised you haven't heard him talk about it.
I bring it up all the time. I had him #1 fantasy football, and people thought I was crazy. That 2020 year, he dominated. He made the leap. I do think Josh Allen is a more talented quarterback than Daniel Jones. Yeah,
really.
I'm going to go out on that limb.
Well, maybe
Josh Allen throws an interception every time he's in the red zone.
No,
and Daniel Jones doesn't throw red zone interceptions.
No, Daniel Jones, or sorry, Josh Allen had. I gave that up to Kramer. I do think he's gotten worse without Daboll.
Sean's very nervous that like the Daboll thing is like if Josh Allen just like kind of looks average this year, and Dan Jones is a MVP candidate, Sean's gonna have nightmares. I should say when.
Oh, okay. No, this is the year for Dan Jones. It really is. This is his year.
Second year in the offense. That doesn't help people when they get to a full off season in the offense. That's not good.
All right, let's talk about the Giants' odds. Their win total set at 7.5. Make the playoffs +190. Miss the playoffs -190. Division +850. Conference 25-1. Super Bowl 65-1. So you're coming off your best season in a long time. And the win total only went from 7 to 7.5. Why do you think you're getting disrespected in the market, Ryan?
Well, I mean, again, you highlighted why there's regression coming.
Oh, okay.
And now the market is saying that the win total is the same. And so again, I ask you, so if they were supposed to be a 7-win team last year,
yes,
and the schedule's gotten more difficult, but the team's gotten better, second year in the system.
So now they're a 7-win team this year.
So you're suggesting that there's no progression at all at any point. So eating the regression and then there's no progression.
I think their schedule is going to be tougher, and I think they're going to know how to play what the Giants are doing successfully on the offensive side of the ball. I think they're going to have trouble matching some of that this year.
I think objectively you're gonna. It's just hard. It's the same win total as last year, and it's
literally like the same thing.
That does. I mean, as much as I would agree that the schedule is more difficult.
Yes.
And there are reasons to think there could be a little regression. There's also reasons to think that they could get better, and the roster has objectively gotten better. So, and we can explain some of the positives, like I said, with the red zone touchdown percentages and things like that are purely coaching staff based. Mm-hmm. And so I certainly think it's a fair take to say that there's, they are a team that might be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in.
But it's also year two of the coaching staff. It's year two of a coaching staff.
They're the only team in the division that has continuity with their coordinators and coach. It's the only team in the division.
You think about think about that, and just the fact that
this is crazy.
Year two of an offense for a quarterback that is really big.
Yeah, Terrell. Brian Johnson was the offensive coordinator, was their quarterback coach for the Eagles.
Yeah, but he wasn't in that position.
A new coordinator.
It's true though, right?
Yeah, but
they have new coordinators, right?
True.
Okay.
But it's not
Shane Steichen. You've been saying all offseason is a great play caller. That's the one thing they can't teach. It's the one thing we've learned that coordinators can't learn from their mentors.
No, I do think they could miss that, but I think losing Jonathan Gannon could be addition by subtraction.
Well, you keep saying that.
Yes.
But Nick Sirianni really likes Gannon.
Nick Sirianni's a damn good coach. Watch your mouth.
There's a paradox forming here. We just don't address that.
Jonathan
He's
Gannon
only
was a
on Nick
rat.
Sirianni's side until the wheels fall off. Then he's going to throw him away like he does everybody else.
Oh, you act like you were going down the ship with Joe Judge. Come on.
Well, I mean, yeah, we had helped him walk the plane.
He had a mask on.
I think. So again, I think all of that being said, this obviously it's built into this price now at 7.5.
Well, it is funny because I do think in previous years, we've been handicapping, obviously Ryan picking every game against the spread since 2011. But I feel like in previous years, this Giants team might have been getting a little hype with the win total. The market would have priced them at like 8.5 or 9.
It's not closing at 7.5. I'll make that prediction right now.
I think people will get on the Giants late.
Yeah, this is insane. This is a misstep
by the be on.
This is a misstep by the books.
I mean,
they
it's a smart side to be on.
Right,
so of course they would get on them late. Sharps normally bet late and get the best. No,
this is the problem. Some sharps came in and were like, look at all this regression and schedule difficulties. One score game.
Let's talk.
Analytics say that they can't do it again.
Yeah, come on. Their first quarter scoring margin was the worst in the league, Sean. You didn't even bring that up.
No, I did. You weren't listening. Schedule. Let's go.
No. All right. Well, of course they open with the Cowboys. Schedule.
That dropped to 2.5. Oh, we're winning that one now.
Back to their old tricks.
Take the 2.5, later 3.5. So we got that one.
Yeah,
home dogs.
Then you got the West Coast road trip where they will be building some culture. At Cardinals, Colt McCoy, and then they have at Niners on Thursday Night Football, which
it's an impossible
currently game. Trey Lance, if you read the practice reports, and then you have
no Trey Lance is the third quarterback.
He's actually Sam Darnold's been the best quarterback in camp, which is crazy. Then you have Seahawks on Monday Night Football, 3 primetime games in the first 4 weeks. Let's go, baby. Sean, how excited are you to watch all these Giants? Let's see what. Obviously, it's a tough stretch. What we haven't said yet. It's 4 road games in 6 weeks or 5 weeks. It's a tremendously difficult start. But the culture that they're going to build after defeating Colt McCoy and the Cardinals before that Thursday night
before we give our picks for the first 4 games, I just want to again remind people while you're listening. Last season, Giants went 9-7-1.
That's true.
Kramer 10-7. I had him at 9-8.
I like that.
Sean had him at 6-11.
Yes.
So just you can listen and take in and absorb whatever you want to absorb, but just remember.
You haven't even heard what I'm gonna give them. Maybe I go 4.
Just remember. No, because I know it's not gonna be good. So
I actually think there might be a hard.
No, because Sean's gonna be like 3 primetime games. Oh, well, that's 3 L's because it's Daniel Jones. Because Sean is just not.
I forgot about Daniel Jones at primetime. Thank you for reminding me.
So
it's a new game. All right, so that start. Obviously, there are winnable. Is it 2-2? I'll go 2. I'll try to be conservative here, and I'll say, well, they beat the Cowboys, they beat the Cardinals, and then the culture shock the world game is that so maybe 3-1.
Right.
I don't think that the offense. I don't think that the offense is going to be ready because the 49ers, I think they have a little bit of extra motivation because they felt like playing at MetLife was the reason that their season kind of derailed with the injuries. Remember, they were complaining about the MetLife field and all that. So they're like, oh no, you're coming to Candlestick. And I'm actually considering going to that game. And I just know that the Giants are going to lose.
Wait, it's Wake versus Sam Darnold. 3-0,
Brock Purdy.
and then Geno Smith and Seahawks in a revenge spot. The Giants got handled.
That game's
last
going
year
under.
By the Seahawks. Wait, did I just get to 4? I'll go 3-1. They find a way to lose one game, but it could be 4.
I'm going 2-2. I think they could beat the Cowboys and the Cardinals. I think those other spots are kind of tough for them.
Okay, yeah, the Cowboys actually.
Terrell, what are you doing?
I think we're 3-1. I think we lose just to the 49ers. I think we beat because last year with the Seahawks, we really felt like we should have won that game, and it was 2 missed not field goals, but punts. 2 muff punts by Richie James that really cost us that game. So
get that guy.
I think we're gonna go. Yeah, and he's gone. Remember, he's on the key departures because they're so key and they meant so much to the team. Like, all
right, 3-1. I like where we're at. I like where our heads at right now.
Josh, you should really change that key departure thing to just departures. Like, these are not key departures.
You didn't have key
guys
players.
No longer on the team. All right. So then back to the road, like I mentioned, 4 road games in 5 weeks.
By the way, the Giants started 3-1 last year too, just so y'all know.
Coming hard at the Giants here in the schedule department. At Dolphins, still early in the season. That's always a tough spot. Then at Bills on Sunday Night Football. 4 primetime games in the first 6 weeks, Sean. Then you have Commanders. They always beat the Commanders, or maybe they'll have a new name by then. I saw there was a petition to call them the Redskins again. Sean, I think there's a greater than 0% chance they go with the Redskins.
There was 50-1 online.
It's gaining steam. And then they have the Jets, who people are calling this a big game. Are you kidding me? Come on. It's the Jets. All right, and they beat Aaron Rodgers last year. So I think the Bills Daboll revenge game. There's so many great angles here. I do think they lose to the Dolphins. That's a tough spot.
It's a brutal start to the schedule. To your point, 4 road games out of the first 6, and it's crazy travel. You're going out to the West Coast, then you're going all the way down to Miami, and then all the way back up to Buffalo.
Buffalo's in New York. Next state north.
I guess
I'm
just
Jersey.
saying it, boy, but also after you went down to Miami.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's
a lot of miles.
That's a tough stretch. You don't often see teams get back-to-back road non-conference games.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Very interesting.
1-3.
1-3, really?
Yeah.
So you're saying they lose to the Jets?
Yeah.
Really?
I have us in 1-3 in this spot as well. I do. I think that Terrell. So very much so. I think this is a very tough spot with the back-to-back road set, and just because the first game is in Miami, and this is probably, I don't know exactly what the date is, but I think this is like the first week of October. It's still rather hot and humid down there in that time. So that's a very, very tough road trip that early on in the season. Buffalo's a tough game. I think that they're going to cover. I don't know if they're going to win, but I think they're going to cover. I don't think they're just going to let Daboll's not letting them run all over them, but I think that they might end up taking a win in that one. Washington, I just feel like it's always the same thing with Washington. I've already slated us for 3-3 in the division, by the way. If you caught me from last year, I give the Giants 3-3 in the division every single year because I just feel they're not good in the division. Like, this has just been a fact over time.
3-3 would be
we just haven't been good in the division. Like, 3-3 is I would love to be 3-3 because we were 1-4-1 and still make the playoffs, by the way, just so you should know.
1-5.
So
we're beating the Jets though. But I just want you to know we're 100% beating the Jets. 100%.
Commanders and Jets are W's, and I'll say this: Brian Daboll is the Yoda to Josh Allen is definitely true. And if there's anyone that's going to know how to beat him, it's going to be Brian Daboll. They meet 3-1.
3-1. So Ryan has him 6-2 right now.
Hot start. All right.
I remember I'm the homer.
So we already discussed the 4 road games in a 5-game stretch, and now we have 3 road games in a row.
Oh man,
the scheduling guys just don't like this.
What did your owner do to the commission?
Darren Waller revenge spot at Las Vegas. Then you have at Cowboys. Then you have at Commanders. They will sweep the Commanders. They'll split with the Cowboys. And so I have to give them a loss here.
What do you have them going? And then last game.
And then Patriot when they get Patriots, which Joe Judge is on the Patriots staff. So
very much. I just want you to know we're beating the Patriots by 20.
I don't. I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm unclear where the Patriots are gonna. The Patriots are kind of a team that can go either way for me. I'm kind of leaning towards Belichick. Belichick is old, and that might matter. They might also not like by that point in the season. They might be looking like 4th place as a lock.
Giants? Let me tell you why the Giants are going to beat
Patriots. Yeah, I'm obviously
Belichick struggles with mobile quarterbacks, with unconventional quarterbacks, because he's such a cookie cutter defensive coordinator, and like he's used to game planning against one person. Yes, thank you very much. Daniel Jones as a mobile quarterback is gonna fuck with him.
Someone's gonna be so upset. You called his defense cookie cutter. Not the
Cam has beaten the Patriots in Foxborough
Yeah, I mean Justin Fields beat him last year, and he wasn't.
Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, like mobile
fair. All
quarterbacks
these good
really
points.
mess with Belichick.
Points.
I'm going 2-2. I think the fact that you have those 3 road games, I think maybe you can beat the Raiders, but the fact that the Commanders is the 3rd road game in a row, you never win those. And then I have you beating the Cowboys at home, so you're going to lose at Dallas 2-2. I think you can beat the Patriots
3-1.
And I'm really low on the Raiders.
3-1. We lost to the Commanders the first time. We beat them the second time.
3-1.
Patriots. We beat the Raiders.
Ryan's 9-3.
So
So congrats, you've already cashed your over.
This is easy money this year. All right, last 5 coming out of the later bye week, week 13, gearing up for a playoff run. Packers at home on Monday Night Football. Not sure why this one is Monday night worthy. Jordan Love sucks. At Saints, at Eagles on Christmas. Rams at home and Eagles to close out the season. I guess the Eagles probably won't need that game. They'll probably be high stepping into the end zone at that point.
No, you guys are the ones resting your starters last year. That was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, the Eagles probably are fighting for a playoff spot at this point.
You think so?
Yeah, so we'll win both games. Nice easy end of the schedule. Get a little run there.
Another back-to-back road spot too.
I think you lose. I think you lose both games to the Eagles, and then you either lose
4 back-to-back road spots this season. They just don't like us.
No. Horrible.
I'll be kind and go 2-3.
Really?
Yep, 7-10.
Can you put it back up on the screen? I need to see it one more time.
Oh,
Thank you.
I mean,
right,
so I'm at 9.
You're gonna lose both Eagles games, and then you're either gonna lose at Saints, which is a tough spot. Packers at home, you could lose.
First of all, you don't even have the right Eagles graphic by the Eagles, and you're telling me that we're gonna lose that game. There's a Dallas star next to the Eagles right there. And you're gonna tell me we're losing the game? No, there's no way that you're. That's really the reason I wanted it back on the screen. There's no reason we're losing that game. So we're beating the Eagles on Christmas because they're not even showing up apparently.
Well, so you can't be confident with the Eagles.
No.
It's best to just lay in the weeds and strike.
It was definitely a Dallas star sitting there.
So I'm gonna say, oh wow, look at
hey, that was quick. Good job.
We still got the Raiders one, but yeah, no. I'll go to. You know what? I'll say they lose to the Saints or the
guys.
Week 15. I'll say they lose to the Eagles on Christmas, and people
hold
start
on.
panicking.
We've beaten the Saints in New Orleans before.
Yeah, I'm not. That's a weird spot though. I'll say they go 3-2.
You guys are 3-16 against the Eagles last 19.
Yeah, so I'll say they go.
All right, so that means we're due for one. All right, that means we're due for one. Yeah, so let me get 1-1 against the Eagles.
That's a classic gambler. That means I'm due.
I'll say 3-1.
3-1.
Or 3-2.
3-2. Oh, okay.
I think so the Rams have had a history.
No, actually, let's go 2-3. 2-3.
All right.
2-3.
We keep playing the Rams every
11 and
year,
6.
and it's really annoying. So I think we dominate the Rams this year because they've been beating the crap out of us for a few years now. So that's a win there. I think we do actually beat the Saints because at this point, Dennis Allen is probably fired by this point. Well, that might go.
You're right.
3-2.
3-2.
That might
3-2.
Yeah, 3-2.
Get me up to 12-5.
So I'm at 10-7.
Terrell's also Terrell has the 2023 New York Giants going 10-7. Kramer has the 2023 Giants going 12-5.
Maybe get a little excited.
Me?
No, I might have gotten a little excited.
Okay. And I have the Giants going 7-10. So obviously I like the Giants under.
Wow.
No, it's
wins.
7. Isn't it 7?
7.5.
Oh, 7.5.
You're right on the edge there, Sean. Are you sure?
I mean, you were on the edge last year and you lost. So do you not want to, maybe do something different and maybe win some money?
I'm not looking in the rear view. I'm looking to the future, and I see a 7-win season in this Giants team future. My prop bet I like. Give me Darren Waller under 700.5 receiving yards. Best ability, Ryan, is availability. That's been Darren Waller's biggest issue. He's only gone over 700 yards. Like I said, twice in his career.
That was Las Vegas, Darren Waller. This is New York.
It's Oakland too.
You're projecting injury. What kind of person are you?
I'm a realist, Ryan.
Wow. West Coast Darren Waller had injuries, but East Coast Darren Waller, he's perfectly fine.
I will never.
That's why, again, East Coast, Beast Coast, just so people remember.
I will never forget Sean and his dad dancing in celebration.
Never. No, I don't know.
As Victor Cruz's career ended.
That's disgusting.
I'll never forget.
What a disgusting act.
Disgusting.
I mean, come on. When the guy salsas all over your football field, you're not very sympathetic.
Yeah. Oh wow, Sean's doing. That's not a salsa. You're
No,
doing.
that's what his dance was.
But you're not.
Unfortunately,
you're
at
not,
that time, luckily the Eagles did finally get a Super Bowl, but
is that your only?
they were hating on his Super Bowl win. That's really all it was.
Is that your prop?
By the way,
My prop
in the
is,
past, this time that we've been alive, Giants 2 Super Bowls, Eagles 1. Since everybody keeps wanting to bring up the Giants' past history, 2-1.
What do you mean?
That was for Bettis. That was for D Bettis, by the way.
I've been alive since. I mean, it's more than that for me. My life spans longer time than yours.
I was alive for one of them, but I don't count it because I was spitting up and probably shitting in myself when it happened.
But I mean, you were probably gambling. All right, so Sean, any other? I mean, that's kind of a basic taste. You're coming in on a Darren Waller take under 700 yards.
Yeah, no, there's too much hype around him. A lot of stuff has to go right for him to hit that over 700.5 receiving yards, and I don't see it.
Okay.
And I'm doubling up on the mustache bet, Ryan. Darren Waller versus Dallas Goedert fantasy points.
What do you mean you're doubling up?
I'm betting again. I'm betting my facial hair. I'm also betting real money on his under receiving.
Man, you're gonna be sick. Not only are you gonna lose money, you're gonna grow facial hair too. That sucks.
I have not explained the bet to the wife yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She doesn't know.
No.
So one day you're just gonna show.
No, he doesn't have to.
But
he doesn't have to because he's not gonna have to show up in a mustache.
No, it's something I learned from Sean. I'll cross that bridge when I get there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna worry about that. All right. So obviously, I'll take the over.
Okay.
Obviously, we love the division price. We love the division price.
So you got the Giants.
It's a disrespectful division price.
Win NFC East at plus 850.
When's the last time a repeat?
All right, so put the odds on. Let's get the
2004.
It was the Eagles for the record.
Yep.
So I think, and the Eagles are going off at even money. But I will say this: I hate all the odds, all the futures odds. I mean, obviously, I'll always sprinkle the Super Bowl because that's just what I. But the conference odds compared to the division and the Super Bowl odds don't make sense to me.
Quick question for you, Kramer.
I think they're priced
2007. What price did you get the Giants at?
50-1.
Oh, okay. Just curious.
I think the conference price. I think they're realizing that the NFC, while the Eagles are the dominant number one, that there is room for some wild cards, and they're not like that price 65 for the Super Bowl and 25 for the conference seems crazy.
Well, it's suggesting
Crazy
they're going to be a big dog in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I think it's just more of saying that they feel like the AFC is 100% winning the Super Bowl no matter what. So
that's
all
what
the
it is.
NFC teams are a little bit more juiced.
I just think there's way more competition going on in their mind. There's much stronger teams coming out of the AFC, but
projected, and the AFC has more home games. Worth noting. All right. So, obviously, so you got division, you got over. Now, Sean, you talked about that prediction where you had Josh Allen leap to the top guy. So if that does, like, if we're on that same Daboll rocket ship, or maybe it's a blue fucking sick ass Ford F-150, we have to bet. We have to take the Dan Jones MVP.
Now, what is that?
It's down to 50-1.
Okay,
but
do you still like it? You still find value?
Yes. Now, do I have an 100-1 and a 75-1 in my pocket? Yes.
Okay.
But would I bet it today? If I was at the Circa, MVP,
we'll be there August 24th.
I will. You know what? I want I want a Dan Jones paper ticket. I'm coming for you, Circa.
All right.
Give me a good price.
Look out.
All right, Terrell. What do you want to add to this? Obviously, I'm throwing out some stone cold fucking winners.
Yeah, very much so. So we have somebody who's on a 1-year deal that he's on a prove it deal, basically.
Ooh.
And last year, I took him to have the most rushing yards in the NFC East, and for the Giants to make the playoffs at 8-1. I'm gonna come back and run that back with him to have the most rushing yards in the NFC East again. Saquon Barkley at plus 150. I feel like that's a very, very solid bet for somebody that has a lot to prove this year because he's essentially playing for his new team next year. If we don't extend him.
Saquon Barkley, what is it?
Most rushing yards in the NFC East plus 150. Plus 150. Yeah. I like that as a nice little chill play. But my DGen play, I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, you know that I come with the DGen plays for sure. I'm giving you double digits to one every time. And only. Here we can take what the NFC East have been built off of for the past 20 years and put it into one play. Unfortunately, it means I have to buy somewhat of stock into the Cowboys.
Oh no!
But Sean has pissed me off so much that I'm perfectly fine fading the Eagles.
Oh no!
So Giants, Cowboys, top two, doesn't matter what order. We all know it's going to be Giants 1, but doesn't matter what order. 11-1. 11-1.
Oh.
So Giants 1, Cowboys 2, Eagles 3. I cash 11-1. I can take that because the Cowboys, if the Cowboys are good at anything, and I promise you, if they're good at anything, it's being number 2. And you can take that any way you want to take it.
Giants, and if you really want to fade,
if
you want to fade the top of the division, you can take Giants and Commanders at 50-1.
Really?
Yeah. Give me that. Throw that on the sheet for me. Just I'm a 50-1. That's a piece.
Why not? I mean, why not? A piece of that. A piece of
it. 8 slices of pizza on that shit.
So
fuck the Eagles. Fuck the Cowboys.
What's more likely to happen? The Dan Jones MVP or the Giants in Washington go 1-2?
Giants in Washington 1-2 because they're gonna hate on Daniel Jones. There's like already a bad, like in the voters' mouth. There's already a bad connotation of him. Giants 1-2 is definitely.
So you
Giants,
think that
Commanders.
The fact that he sucks, they're holding that against him as voters?
No. I think that they're looking in the rear view and looking at early quarterback mistakes. And whereas now he finally has an offense for the first time. For the first time in his career, he finally has the same coach and coordinator for the second time in his career for the second year. First time ever. So I understand why you all would think that. I understand that.
First time.
I like how it's getting chippy in the chat. D. Bettis and Serial going toe to toe. Pat Kappa checking in. This is what it's all about.
Hashtag Legends only.
And you see, this only happens with the NFC East. All the other team previews have been going on. It's just been, hey, I like this team. All right, the NFC East is when it gets very, very chippy. Best division in football, by the way.
Any other props?
Me, no, because even like I was gonna maybe think last winless team, but they got the Cardinals in there. They do have that hard start, but even with like last win or last team to get a win. They do have, they have the Cardinals.
Here's one I'll throw out. I wasn't able to find the total yet, but Dan Jones rushing touchdown over. Back to the nugget I had earlier with the red zone carries. Jalen Hurts had 37% of his team's red zone carries. Josh Allen had 32% of his team's red zone carries. Dan Jones also had 32%. I don't think people think about him in the same context. Obviously, those teams had a couple more red zone trips, but he had 6 touchdowns last year. I doubt they're going to make his rushing total any higher than 4.5.
Yeah, I would say 4.5 would be.
So I'll be on that over.
Now though, let's
ship it.
Let's get to everyone's favorite part, the MLD, the most likely DGen for the New York Giants. Yeah.
So my dad is at work.
Oh no!
And friend of the program.
Shout out,
been on the show.
Trell's dad, yes,
couldn't come on the show today. I am wearing. This is his chain that I'm wearing.
That's great.
That he handmade himself. So
it is. It is great
artwork there. But he wanted me to throw out there. I didn't see the 17-0 bet.
Oh,
but he did throw out.
I will book that for
perfect record. The perfect record in the division. Win all 6 games, 90-1.
Oh,
so shouts out to my dad. 90-1, win all 6 games, 6-0 in the division.
We should get a meetup.
I couldn't tell you the last time Giants did it, but Shout out to my
Terrell's dad and your dad can meet each other.
Yeah, that would
They
be
can
fun.
have dualistic optimistic predictions.
I
Dueling
feel like my
homers.
dad and Sean's dad would probably end up in a cage match.
My dad, he
have a
doesn't.
couple beers.
Yeah, they would probably just be like, "Your team sucks. Hey, your team sucks." Yeah, but you
they
know who really
definitely
sucks, Dallas.
they would definitely be just telling each other your team sucks the entire time. And my dad will say it while the Giants are losing by 30, but because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
you got
you
us
gotta-
this time, but you still suck.
So it's what it's that's what it means to be a fan. All right, now it's showtime for the most likely DGen, aka we are predicting who will be suspended for gambling. Could be coaches, could be players, wide open. Ryan, would you like to start? Or would you like me to start?
I feel like it's more courteous of me to let you go first, as I have the deepest knowledge of the team.
Yes.
And in theory, if you steal my pick, I should be able to.
You'll be able to pivot
to another that, like, assuming I have the deep knowledge that I claim I do.
So originally, I was thinking of going Wink Martindale. Chain alone, guy looks like a guy who would look.
Name Wink, like nickname
Wink.
Wink.
There were
Don. Say his real name. It even sounds more jerk. Like
Don Wink Martindale. He sounds like half game show host, half bookie. He was in my queue of potentially, but it has to be for me, Ryan. You said, "Oh, you're taking the under on Darren Waller. You're predicting injury." No, I'm predicting gambling suspension for Darren Waller. That's right.
Oh my God.
He gave up some vices, but the vice of gambling gets Darren Waller
Disgusting.
taking
He's
him
just
down.
trying to find any way to make Darren Waller bad. Like
Sean's
any
opinions
way.
are his own and not the views of the Sports Gambling Podcast. Sports Gambling Podcast.
Hey, I
Network.
hope he stays sober, but I hope he places some wagers at the team facility.
Wow.
While he's working on his sobriety.
There is that crappy.
At least I have inside intel. Like,
Okay.
Yeah,
he
ooh.
just,
Inside intel. What do we
yeah.
got here, Terrell?
Oh, yeah. So, most likely DGen, backup tight end, Lawrence Kager. Lawrence Kager. So, Lawrence Kager is from Baltimore. My frat brother that went A&T with me, he's also from Baltimore. They were friends. And guess what? That guy is one of the biggest DGens I know. So, is there Kegler, who is on a 2-year, $1 million deal? Does he come and ask for some advice and just say, "Hey, can you?"
He's on the bubble.
He could be there. So Kegler, he's been around the circle of DGens. I know for a fact he's in the circle of DGens. So I'm saying third string tight end, Lawrence Kager. He's gonna be on the team by the time the season starts. He is the most likely DGen.
I've heard Kager and Cager, Georgia guy, athlete. He's like basically a Darren Waller clone. Scored a couple touchdowns last year. You want to hear
that.
mine?
I like that deep pull by Terrell.
Because I'm about to. This is going to
Oh,
be that moment.
I scuba dive for sure.
This is going to be that moment in the home run derby where Berman loses his mind, saying back extra time. All right. So, I was a little worried you were going to take my top pick here, but we've covered a very big scandal recently. That scandal involved the great University of Northwestern, where Mike Kafka attended.
Oh,
When did Mike Kafka attended? Well, he wasn't recruited by that scumbag Pat Fitzgerald because he was there before he got there in 2006. But Mike Kafka played under him for a couple years. And I'll be honest. So like starting there, you're a quarter. He went back and was a graduate assistant for him in 2016.
Yeah.
So complicit.
looking to get a little bit more of that culture.
And
Ryan,
then,
are you worried the kind of team building he's bringing from Northwestern?
hold on. Then you remember this guy way into the NFTs.
Yeah.
NFT is
Bitcoin.
already fucking DGen activity.
Why is he on Bitcoin? Got some offshores you got to pay off.
Listen,
Yeah.
if you got deep enough into cryptocurrency to buy a fucking ape to use for your Twitter profile, X profile, excuse me, you are a DGen. You are wait, let me finish.
Yeah.
And then you get to obviously he coached under Andy Reid. He played under Andy Reid as well. This was a quote of Andy Reid about Kafka. I think once you meet him, I think you'll see he's a smart guy. He has some intangible things. The leadership. He's a tough kid. Inner city Chicago kid. He's got a little grit to him. I think that's important.
Legends only.
I think you have to be wired right to handle you guys and play in the city of Philadelphia. What do you think he was talking about there? The D-Gen activity that held.
Yes.
So, by the way, he was the third string guy on that Kevin Cobb, Michael Vick team.
Oh, I know. I was well aware of the Kafka journey prior to getting into coaching.
I thought it'd be fun to. So when he got drafted, he was the 5th quarterback drafted that year. The first quarterback, of course, was Sam Bradford.
Oh, not a franchise quarterback.
The show crossover. The second quarterback was Tim Tebow.
What a class!
Which already an amazing class.
Yeah.
The third quarterback was Jimmy Clausen.
Oh man!
Wow. Oh my god.
And I know, right? It makes you feel.
Mel Kiper.
And then
Mel Kiper swore Jimmy Clausen was going to be the next coming.
I'll retire if Jimmy Clausen is not.
And then
he's still here.
Oh yeah.
The fourth guy that was drafted ahead of Mike Kafka in that draft, I believe the 2009 draft. He's still playing in the league. He is going to be starting week 1 of this season. Can you name that quarterback?
Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy is the answer.
Damn, I was almost there.
Hey. Oh,
Nice
I'm great
job,
at
Terrell.
trivia.
Nice job, Joe.
Yes,
So
sir.
my most likely to be a D-Gen has already publicly shown D-Gen behavior.
Who's the best quarterback from that class?
Well, it's
Mike
not Mike
Kafka.
Kafka.
No, but I'm just saying you
Oh.
listed off the top 5. They're all horrible.
Mike Kafka is probably making more than the others combined.
No, Sam Bradford made the most money.
Oh, he got paid.
No, I'm as present day.
Oh, Stafford was in that class.
Stafford, Tebow, Clausen, McCoy. I mean, it's obviously Stafford.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, Stafford, Bradford and McCoy are the obvious choices, but I mean, I guess I'd almost say Colt McCoy as Sam Bradford. Not a franchise quarterback.
No, not a franchise quarterback.
But yeah, I mean, I think like in all honesty, like Mike Kafka is almost certainly engaging in some sort of gambling activity. If he owns crypto,
no, he's in. He
probably lost a lot of money in those apes.
So
The
he's
thing
got to
that
get
I
it back.
think about most likely D-Gen that you have to remember is, one, they got to be idiotic enough to get caught.
Yep.
Again, any players out there that are listening, and I know you guys are listening. If you don't want to get caught,
Reach out to Terrell.
reach out to me. Reach out.
DMs
I
are
promise
open.
you're good. I will take the fall before you do. You'll never get caught.
Can I give you? I knew that you might take Kafka because and we barely talked about it, but he was a graduate assistant. He was on the staff.
Yes.
And I have a feeling that if the staff
He
was
washed
involved,
some cars at Northwestern.
the
Ryan.
graduate assistants are basically the gophers.
No, they're the ones that are doing the
All right,
dirty work.
But I had
Literally.
I had a backup.
Okay.
He's from Livingston, New Jersey. Those who know. He went to Don Bosco Prep, which of course is in Ramsey, New Jersey. He quarterbacked the Syracuse Orange.
Oh my god.
With Dino Babers and that electric
Tommy
well-coached
DeVito?
special teams.
Yeah.
He finished his career at Illinois, and he looks more
If
Italian
Tommy
than you can.
DeVito gets busted for gambling,
Dude,
he just sounds like a gambler.
This is probably an insult, but he looks like if Chris Kattan was doing an Italian character.
Now there is a Tommy DeVito.
Oh, there's a
who
musician too.
was the founding member of the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
Josh, if you have a chance to pull that up, just Google
Either
Tommy
one?
DeVito and pull up his photo.
But he's got the Italian schnoz. You know what I mean? He's got that Italian look. So he looks like a guinea. So I'm just gonna be a racist, just like everyone else on this fucking show, and slander Italian Americans and say the Italian Americans the most likely to be a DJ.
Josh,
that was my honorary
I just
mention.
sent you the Tommy DeVito from the Four Seasons. If you could pull up that photo, I think our audience would enjoy that.
But that was the backup. But yeah, no.
Oh, you got plenty of options
Honestly,
when you're that close.
Mike Kafka, though. I mean, he was on. he's the first guy we've talked about who was on the staff at Northwestern.
Yeah.
Look at Tommy DeVito. Oh my God,
This
guy also
definitely bets
hardcore
on
DJ.
football games.
Hashtag Legends Only.
He's probably thrown the dice before.
No, yeah,
He's thrown the dice.
he calls
Second
them the
thing to
bones.
think about with this award,
Yes,
you gotta
You
be dumb enough to get caught.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's true.
You gotta be dumb
I-
enough to get caught.
I have a feeling these guys didn't think they could get caught when they were on a road trip in their hotel room, just smashing DFS lineups because it's legal in the state. Like, all right.
To recap again, I'm on the under on Waller receiving yards. Got him 7 and 10. Kramer, you got him going 12 and 5 and basically hitting every positive bet. Walk through it.
Vanilla Vic MVP, but we went this whole preview and I didn't even say Vanilla Vic once.
There you go.
Which, by the way, those who are going to come at me, Michael Vick approved the name, so relax. Yeah, over wins. We didn't mention it, but I would also I'd more likely dabble in the alt wins with a team like the Giants because I do think the division is going to be won by a team with probably 11 or 12 wins. But yeah, division, Super Bowl, why not? MVP, exacta. I'll Dan Jones. I was thinking about putting out. I think I need to put out some ridiculous amount of I'm going over on Slayton yards when those cowards release it. Just gonna keep adding to this list. Your puny little list in the middle, Sean. Your puny attempt. Short. To have
it's
Darren
such
Waller,
a hater list. Like it's such a hater list.
Yep.
Well, to have Darren
Hate.
to have Darren Waller on the short side of anything is ridiculous. All right, we've gone way too long with the Giants. Sean,
Terrell 10 and 7. Give Terrell a follow over on Twitter at @reallyRel_. Check him out. WNBA Gambling Podcast, alive and well right now. WNBA season. Get down on the NBA Gambling Podcast as well when that kicks back up, and of course the NFL Gambling Podcast. Check out our Patreon, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. Get in on the NFL win totals contest. Link will be dropping in the Patreon there. $1,000 up for grabs for the patrons.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, Stacking the Money Green. He's Ryan.
Vanilla Vic really is an excellent name.
Kramer, let it ride. YouTube.com/Sports Gambling Podcast.